Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're cooking pork giniling with quail egg. It's a Filipino food. So first we start with olive oil, and then I'm just evening out to a big pot. Then we saute garlic a little bit until it's a little bit brown. And then we're gonna saute the onion after that. You just saute both of them until the onion is translucent. This is for a church lunch. So it's a big pot, and I have 8 pounds of ground pork on here that I would use. This will be good for a full pan for a group of, I would say, 40 to 50 people. So I would mix it and saute it, make sure that everything is evenly coated in the oil, and everything is browning. There should be no red on the meat, and because there's a lot, there should be no lumps on it as well. Of course, we put fish sauce. I would do layers of the seasoning on here. Every layer I would add seasoning, but this one, the soy sauce, is just for color. So you put 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I have a link of where I got this recipe, Yummy PH, that I would put into the description box below. I put ground pepper on this one as well, and then I mixed it. 4 bay leaves here, and then I mix it again um, with ground black pepper and salt. And I would mix it again like this. While I'm mixing it, I'm praying that it's tasting good. So every time you would taste, so I add another tablespoon of fish sauce. This time I would put 2 pork cubes on here because I would have to cover this after this one. So I would mix that first and make sure that there's water. So I add 1 cup of water, see if it's coated, and it's not enough. So I add another 1 cup of water there. So there are 2 cups, and then I actually make sure that the meat is under its own water and oil. I am flattening it up, no lump for sure, and then I would cover this and let it simmer for a couple of minutes. Once it's done simmering, I would try to taste this, make sure that it tastes good and even it out. And then I would add another layer here. So my dad, he already cooked like the other portion of the meat, which is the fatty part. So I bought just the lean, and then he sauteed the fat the ground pork the night before. So that's what I added here to make sure that they're not too much. So I add 2 more pork cubes in here, another layer of black pepper and salt here, and then I mix it again. So when I was done with that, I added the carrots. So added the carrots. These are cubes carrots. And then I would mix it along with the meat. So you're just gonna make sure that the vegetables are under the meat because the meat is almost cooked this time. So just make sure it's under the meat, and then it's coated with water or the sauce of it. And then I add a little bit more water because it's not enough that much. And then I would cover this again. And then I would put the tomato sauce, another tomato sauce. So there are 3 cans of tomato sauce, just a small grams, 350 grams of it. So I have 3 of them. And then those 3, I would put water in each, maybe just like half of it to clean the cans. And then I would mix it again, make sure that the tomato sauce is mixed with the sauce of the existing meat here in this pan. And tasting is good. Soy sauce and also fish sauce here. And then I cover it with the lid. After it's done simmering, I would check if here what the taste is like and if the carrots is cooked. And once it's cooked a little bit, I would add the potatoes. And then I would make sure that the meat under is going on top of the potatoes so that they'll be cooked as well. This is a bit of the work, but touching the pan like that is actually helping. And then I have another layer of pepper and then salt as well. This time I'm putting the magic syrup, which is basically a seasoning for the Filipinos. We don't use MSG here in this house. So we use that one, but I just use half of it, of that packet. That's just for the taste once you put in the vegetables as already. Now I'm putting the bell pepper. I have red and yellow bell pepper on here, and then I'm putting the quail eggs. So this time I'm gonna go mix this again. I'm gonna cover it again. So let's do that. Oh my goodness, look at it. The pan. It's almost overflowing, but do not be scared of that it's too many because there's not a lot. I had to take out the bay leaves on here. That's on the top. You don't really need it that much. That's just for this the aroma. And then once I'm done letting it simmer like this, I would taste it, make sure that the taste is what I like, because that was the last seasonings that I have. And then I had my mom tasted it as well to make sure that it's not too salty. And it's on my liking at this time, and it's done. I'm glad to say, or I'm happy to report, that a lot of people liked it. They didn't even realize that I was the one that cooked it. So, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.